Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to everybody that's watching us right now. Good afternoon to our teachers, to our students. Today, we're here to celebrate a pretty intense but really joyful journey of our data science students from batch 1752. I'm not gonna ramble too much today. Because we have a lot of projects to see and very special projects indeed. But before I start, before we see the projects that our students prepared for us today, I have a couple of things to say about Le Wagon, about our journey through this 9 weeks, super intense and stuff like that. So please join me here. Whoops. Does everyone see my screen? Yeah, perfect. So first of all, thank you all, everyone for being here, especially our students and our teachers. Just to say a few words about Le Wagon, we are a technology bootcamp, right? So we teach people how to get more skills in the tech area, right? Here in Brazil, we have 4 boot camps that they are going right now. We have web development and AI, data science and AI. This is the boot camp we're seeing today. Data analytics and data engineering, right? Every information you need, please just ask on the chat or just enter our site. It will be available on the about section, right? So here we are. After this long journey that it happens so fast, right? Because when we see it as our first day, we can't realize that it's gonna be like 9 weeks going by so fast, right? So I like to just lighten the mood a little bit before we dive into projects. Bear with me here. I searched a little bit for the memes. So if you don't find them that funny, it's not my fault. I haven't made them, right? This one I personally enjoy a lot because we all know what we think about statistics. I don't know about you, but me personally, I know how I feel about it, right? If you're a fan of The Office, I think this one's a classic one. But I think, of course, this is just a meme, but we're gonna have a lot of good presentations here, but there's a lot of content behind them, right? So I just want to remember you guys, the first day you guys were here with us. Like I know it was 9 weeks ago. 9 weeks seemed, for some, they seem a little long, and for some others, they seem a little short as well. But I can guarantee for everyone who's watching that for our students here, it kind of feels like both. Like it went by so fast, but the days were so long, right? And I know it's a really intense experience, but I hope you guys are really proud of yourselves. I know we are, because we know how difficult it is to get into the finish line like you guys are right now, right? So I think this is the time where you can look at yourselves and really enjoy the fact that you guys went through this and got against all the obstacles you guys had in your way, right? So congratulations from me, from your teachers, from all of Wagon. We're really proud of all of you, and I can't wait to see the projects how they turned out. Right. So it's obvious how you guys were on the first day and here you guys are right now. Like on the first day, the first week, you guys were all hopeful, like, oh, I can't wait to get started and stuff like that. And now after so many weeks of studying, and especially the weeks of projects, we can see on your faces that everyone is really tired. And everyone should get some sleep afterwards. I really recommend it, but I'm just kidding. You guys are all beautiful in your own way. But so what happens now, right? Because after 9 weeks, just waking up, turning on Zoom and having the lecture and having exercises and working projects, what's the next step? Well, as you know, Wagon never stops. You guys have the lifetime on kids, and you also have, besides your friends here of your batch, you will have all the community always, right? So your teachers are now your friends as well, right? Everyone is on the same boat here, like we like to say here in Brazil. So you're never alone anymore, right? So here we're all, as you guys know, we're all part of the community, right? So I know it's a little bittersweet, like we finally finished, but I didn't want it to finish, but at the same moment I wanted it. So it's a little conflicting, I know. But like in the tech area, education isn't something you can finish. So the bootcamp is just the first step, right, to the data science and AI market. So we hope this first step was a really good one for you guys. I know it is always for us. And like I said, it's just a really prideful moment for us. Before we get into the projects, I just would like to show us everyone that's working on our staff and present like everyone that's making Wagon work behind the curtains, right? This is our staff. And of course, our teachers and TAs without whom we would never be here, right? So Tati, I know you're here. If you want to say something, feel free to just unmute yourself and start talking. If any other teachers are here too, please feel free to do it as well.
I would just like to say that I'm very proud. I was from the beginning until the end, and I saw them grow from very, very, young, green students to very experienced data scientists. And I'm very proud of what I saw today. And you will see how beautiful the projects are. So let's do this.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Tati. Well, as I said, I wouldn't be rambling too much. So talk is cheap. Please just show me the code and let's get right to it. First group, are you ready?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Let me share our screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, our proposal was to take the Amazon database with all of the feedbacks, customers' feedbacks, and features of the product, and understand what is the customer decision tree for a few categories. We started basically, understanding a few categories. We started with shampoo, deodorant, diapers, and water bottles. For this, we use the methodology of random tree. We try a few ones, but in the end, we keep with decision tree models. What was interesting is that we try to implement everything that we learn. We have a lot of work with the database, even that it was pretty smooth. And after this, to work all of the data and all of the models, we got to our front end. Basically, it's a platform for people who work with the customers, marketing, and things like that they want to know a little bit more about their customers, about how they take the decisions of buying some things, or how they are gonna planning the market strategy, or how they are gonna planning the visual of the sales strategy. Here we have our front end where you can just select what category do you want to visualize. For example, if you want to see shampoo, we have a simple tree for this category. We have a little explanation here about our analysis. Then after, if you want to know a little bit more, we have, just a minute. Our graphic that shows how is the weight of decisions of each feature. So for a market people or for a salesperson, it's really interesting to know how your customer think. Here we have just a little resume for a little bit more concerned about that category. And if you want, like we started with categories like shampoo, deodorants, that is, they are goods and consumers. And then we try to another category that's not so simple, like water bottle. And what's interesting that we can see that the decisions is completely different. For once, is the brand is the majority, the major decision point. For in this case, is the features. So when you buy a bottle of water, is a kind of this bottle of water, the metal or plastic or things like that. It's not a simple bottle of water. It's a reusable bottle of water. The first feature that everybody considering is the special feature is it has a handle, it has some kind of pump or something like that. Then the volume, colors, and the material. And the brand is the last thing that they're considering. Taking this approach, we learn a lot of things that our teachers told us, like Tachi, Hiroshi, and all of them. And we could implement basically everything that we learn in the project, in the course here in this project. And after this, really consider simple because it's not a model that is already done. We did a model for each category. And then you can access our website and try it for yourself if you want and play a little bit with each category. I think it's basically this.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Next group, are you ready?
Hello. Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can.
So let me share my screen. Minute. So, hello everyone. I am Lucas Cecilio, and together with my team, Gabriel, Ilya, and Aloysio, we will present our final project for the Data Science Bootcamp at Wagon. We introduce you the Music Transcriber. It allows you to transcribe a song into a MIDI and music score. We use AI, artificial intelligence, actually a deep learning model that is specifically the same thing as ChatGPT. We use transformers, but with music. So you can select between two transcription types. You can use a piano one or a multiple instruments. And then you can upload your audio file, MP3 or WAV, and it will be sent through an online API. So imagine that I know how to play a song, but I don't know how to write it. So I could record it. I don't know if you can hear, but I bring my keyboards. So once I record it, I could put it here and select my audio. And once it's uploaded, you can hear it, the original one. Let me just put it more. So that's my audio. And when you're ready, you can click on transcribe. While it runs, you can see in that page about our team. You can see a little bit more about Aloysio, Ilya, Gabriel, and me. You can see from where we are, and you can contact on the LinkedIn. You can see also about the project. What do you do? Oh, that's an interesting one. What is MIDI, you may ask? MIDI is Musical Instrument in Digital Interface. In short, it's how a computer understands a played music. It doesn't represent the sound itself, but information about notes, timing, and dynamics for different instruments. So let me check it. Oh, it's done. Now we have our MIDI file. It's the graphical representation of our generated MIDI. You can see in the x-axis the time in seconds. On the y-axis, we have the pitch. Each bar, it's a note, and this is for piano, and we can hear the transcribed audio. Wow, it sounds pretty similar, right? And you can download the MIDI file and you can download the score. Let me show the score that we generated. So here we have the score with the audio that we uploaded. And you can also open in a MIDI editor as you want. You can put your MIDI file. And then you can do a lot of things. You can change the timbre, you can edit the notes. Oh, I played it wrong here, so I can change it. I can get it in another position. I can do different durations. The possibilities are endless. So now we can try it with a multiple instrument song. So I will put another audio here. Then I put this Viva la Vida cover. Yes, I'm a big fan of Coldplay. You got me. You can hear the original audio. Okay. And you can click transcribe. While we wait, you can see more about our projects. Here we put why transcription is important. Imagine that my case, I know how to play it, but I don't know how to write this music score, or I don't know how to play it, but I have a song that I would like to learn, so I could use it to transcribe for me. Or I would like to change. I recorded a song, but I played some notes wrong, so I could change it. I don't like the piano sound. I could change to guitar or something else. I can do more songs, more notes. It's useful for musicians, producers, teacher, or anyone involved in music could benefit from it. And here we have like instructions of our site. That's exactly what I'm showing you, and how the model works. You know that we say that AI, it's the power of our model. We are using two pre-trained transformer models, one optimized for piano and another one for multiple instruments. And here it's a simplified solution that we are using. You get the waveform from our sound, we make it in spectrogram, we use an encoder and decoder, and then we have our MIDI output. Let me check if it's done. Yeah, it's done. Now, different from the other one, each color represents different instruments. You can also hear it. Let me put a little here. Yeah, it's not that good as the piano one. For some instruments, it's not that good, but you can recognize the song, right? And you can download it. You can see the score. The score is this one. You have for different instruments, the time. You have some page. You have the title with our song, and you can also put it here to do whatever we want to our MIDI file, different instruments, as I said, it's very useful. So I hope you enjoyed it, our product as much as we did, and thank you very much.
Congratulations. Sometimes I think how our students can do so much in so little time. Really nice project, guys. Next group, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, go on.
Just let me share it for you guys. You guys can see it?
We're seeing it.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so glad to have you all here. So many familiar faces. I'm so happy because this is our last day on the Wagon, and it's such a gratifying feeling. It's like Nick said, it's a mix of feelings. You want it to finish, but you don't want it to finish. So everyone can take it as it should. Me and my group is Jessica, me and Luis and Liana, and we are the physical activity and health analysis. Basically, the whole idea of the project is to take in consideration a person's lifestyle and health historic and score their health based on a data set with machine learning. So here's a brief introduction of our project. what is very important that I showcase to you guys here is that when Jessica had the idea for the project, she got the data set from the US Center of Disease Control and Prevention. That is a public data set from last year, so it's very, very recent, and includes more than 400,000, sorry, interviews conducted by BRFSS. The objectives, as I told you, is judge a person's habits and diseases to classify its health. So basically, the client will put the information in the application and will score your your health and will give you some very, very cool advices of what you should do, what you should change your habits. Either you should or not change your habits. Our methodology, we first data cleaned the data set because it was very, very big and a lot of columns we couldn't use and a lot of columns we wouldn't use. So this part of data cleaning was very long to do. So it took us a couple days. Then we inputted and finally encoded. Then in the second step, we implemented our most accurate model that we tried. It was XGBoost. And finally, we connected our API with the front end to get a application for clients in general. We choose to use recall because recall takes in consideration false negatives, which are very important in the health industry. Sorry, I'm sick. For example, this weather. Let's say you took a cancer test and it gives back that you don't have cancer, it's negative score, and you go to your house and you live a happy life, but actually you do have cancer and you wouldn't be able to treat it earlier. So recall takes in consideration false negatives on the model, and it's very, very important. And for those of you who are more curious about what we've done, we have here a little table so you guys can check it out more detailed step by step. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys the application here. I separated three very good examples of how the application works. So here's our main page, our home page, right? And here is where the client put his characteristics. So this patient right here is 20 years old and he's fairly short. He's 1'7", and he's a normal weight. He's not overweight or underweight. He's highly active. He practices bicycling every day of the week, and this counts as a total of around 400 minutes per week. And he hasn't been classified to all of these diseases right here. He has graduated from school but doesn't actually have such high income. So if we calculate his well-being here and come from the results, you can see that he has a excellent lifestyle. He exercises himself, he has a normal weight, and he hasn't feeling bad mentally or physically for the past 30 days. He doesn't even get the advices because he can keep going as he is. In this next one, we got a female, and she's higher, she's taller than the boy, but she is a little bit overweight. She's heavier. She is active, she likes to walk, but she does not do any other activities. This takes her one day of the week for around 2 hours or 120 minutes. She hasn't been not feeling well mentally or physically. She's okay, but she has a couple of diseases before through doctors. So when we calculate her well-being, we got a score of 1, which means she is on the right path, but she needs to change a little bit of her way of living. Here we have a couple of advices of diet, for example, eating more vegetable and fruits, increase physical activity gradually because you don't want to get hurt while doing so, and make sure you get enough sleep because that's very important for your health. And lastly, but not least, we got a man who is older than both of them. He's around 50 age, and he's 200 kilos and 180 centimeters. He's a male, he's obese, and he's inactive. He goes for walking, but not so much. And he has not feeling well physically and mentally for the past 30 days. And he gets all of the scores on the diseases, all of them. So for this person right here, we got a score of 2, which is fair or poor. You don't want to get this score. You're dying. So in the devices here, you got schedule a checkup for your health provider, go to a doctor as soon as you can, try to incorporate more movement in your daily routine because that's very important, and address any mental health concerns with a professional because your mental health is your body health and so otherwise. Uh, just a disclaimer, this project does not mean you don't have to go for a doctor or you don't have to go for a psychologist. You can use it as a thermometer to know whether your lifestyle is healthy or not. Okay, so this is our project. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. I'm looking forward to see the other ones as well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Congratulations on the project. Really
Thank you.
nice. Well, we're finally on the last group. So last group, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Perfect. Go on.
Screen. Can you guys see?
Yep, we can see.
Perfect. So okay, let's start. Let me just put this in slideshow. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say I'm very happy to be here. It was a great pleasure, the journey with all of you guys. It was very nice, and yeah, well, for the past 2 weeks, me and my group we have been working in this project, which is basically a tennis predictor module. So the whole idea here since the beginning was to be able to create a platform for many different stakeholders, which they can look at the project, put player 1 and player 2, put some statistics and match information, and basically they would have a probability of who would win that match based on the statistics. So moving on, meet the team. I just want to present Luca, João, myself, Julia, and Emmanuel. It was very nice working with them. The journey was very nice. I believe the team really came together to accomplish this. So the product, just to give a little information, we did this platform for 3 main stakeholders: fans, players, and coaches. So just to visualize it, basically you're a fan, you enjoy tennis, you're watching a match of your game, or maybe you want to put some money on a player. You can put player 1 and player 2, put the match information, and basically you have that information. So for fan enthusiasts, it's very nice. It's a great platform. For player improvement, also any player that is going to go into a tournament and he's not sure if he has a good probability of winning the match against a player, he can see many different things. If maybe he put a little bit more power in his forehand, what he needs to improve to do well against a certain type of player, because players are very different and have a lot of different skill sets. And also for coaches. So basically any coach that want to plan a player probability of winning tournaments and like statistics, because for tennis players, it's very important for them throughout the whole year to understand in which tournaments they want to go because they're far away. Maybe they need to travel. So to be sure that maybe this tournament have a little bit more chance, that tournament has a little bit more chance. So overall, we made this project for those 3 people. Behind the scenes, this is just how we did the process of it. We had a very big data set from 1991 until 2022. So it's pretty recent. After it, we just passed it, we created the module, and finally we have who will win. Overall, we had an 81% accuracy rate, which for a tennis match was very nice. We were happy with the result. So now I'm gonna be showing you guys the project. If you guys want to scan and do it with me, or maybe for later to save it, I'm gonna leave it here for 10 seconds. Okay. So here I have already, this is the platform. So basically we're going to be predicting a match. I already put it here, Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic, which are pretty much the most famous tennis players out there. And basically you can choose if you want Roger Federer with 14 years, 24 years, 40 years, the whole time span that he had been on tour. And it's very interesting because you can put a player with a certain age, other player with a certain age, and then you can really understand who was better in which time of their life. So here I have chosen to put Roger Federer with 24 years and Novak Djokovic with 26. The surface type, so basically in which surface they're going to be playing, if it's either clay, grass, or hard, let's say clay. Game duration, if it took 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours plus. Let's say it took 2 hours for this game. Match round, so basically if they're fighting each other in a finals, semifinals, quarterfinals, let's put quarterfinals. Tournament draw size, basically how many players is on that tournament, let's say 64, and best of 3 or 5. Then you click here to start match. And as you guys can see, Roger Federer wins with a 54% probability. As you guys can see, it's going to be a very tight game because after all, they're both two best players in the game. But I agree with the module. I believe Roger Federer is a little bit better, but that's just my opinion. And yeah, that's pretty much how the interface works. And moving on here, just the next steps and what we believe we could do a little bit more if we had time. We wanted to create a whole tournament where you could implement all of the players. So not only a match, but actually a whole tournament to make it a little bit more fun and interesting. So that would be a next good step if we were to move on with the project. Thank you very much for your attention.
Wonderful. Congratulations on the project as well. Unfortunately, this was our last project for the day, at least for the data science batches. We're still going to have our web development demo day soon. So everyone, please feel free to watch it as well. Still, I have some commentaries I would like to make before we end here. First of all, I did not know we were actually teaching design as well in our data science bootcamp because the projects, they were all really well presented. So congratulations on that part as well. And for the last part, Chloe is gonna send you guys a message about the job prep, the learning job prep. So you guys are gonna have a little more info about career stuff later. So if you guys are gonna miss Le Wagon, don't be. You will still have a lot of homework for you guys to do. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for everything. I hope you guys enjoyed everything, and please feel free to go on São Paulo or Rio de Janeiro to participate in our happy hours, or if you want to stay and have an online happy hour, please feel free as well. I'm always up to join a little beer now and then, right? Guys, thank you so much. And that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations. Well done.